Hello and welcome to Smosh Reads Reddit Stories. I'm Shane, and today's episode is a special one. We are doing a special birthday episode for our good friend, Spencer Agnew.
And it's also my birthday.
Happy birthday, old chap.
So I'm here with Spencer and Amanda. Thank you for being here.
Of course, his #1 favorite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Great.
So, Spencer, because it's your birthday, we decided to give you the gift that everyone wants on their birthday, curated Reddit stories.
Just for you. So when we hear these Reddit stories, I'm gonna think Spencer really likes this story.
Yeah.
I'm very curious what qualifies as a Spencer Agnew themed story. Kiana picked a lot of these, and Kiana knows you very well.
You're effed.
So we'll see. I wonder how we'll have to piece together why it's a Spencer story.
Yeah.
I was asked, hey, are there any stories you would want to have read, that you guys could talk about? And all the ones I was thinking of were all these ones from 2011 or 2012 that were just they're horrendous.
Oh.
And I think people who know these classics will know these classics, but it's just it's truly they're not even funny.
People forget the internet.
Do we have a classic
15
in
years
here?
ago. Probably.
I don't think we have any of the kid with the broken
Too dark.
arms.
Too dark. The dark ages of,
I won't
know
even
what you're
know.
talking
Or
about.
the dog one.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're talking about nightmare fuel stories.
Yeah.
These are creepypastas. But they're real. No, the internet used to be somehow, in many ways, worse.
Really?
I
The
would say,
stories
yeah.
that you would read were worse.
We fixed Reddit.
You guys fixed Reddit? Oh, okay, good.
It's give and take.
For my birthday, I want the coconut story and the boy with no arms.
No, you don't. No, you don't. The boy with broken arms one is no.
I want that one.
No.
I want a birthday one.
Spencer, before we started filming,
Oh,
you were
yeah.
talking about your birthday, and you were talking about that you think you might go bald.
You had a nightmare.
I had a nightmare where I was going bald. I was in an elevator and I kept trying to go up and the elevator was going down and I didn't know my room key.
And you were going bald.
And I was going bald every time I had less and less hair.
You were going to hell.
And I was going to hell. Yeah, and then I woke up and I couldn't remember how old I was. I was because I was oh, it's my birthday episode. And I was how old am I? And I think I'm gonna be 34.
Wow.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
You also have so much hair.
Yeah,
I really think it could go. Would you guys still love me?
Of course.
Yeah, man.
Wait, I remember when I first worked here, you had a shaved head, I'm pretty sure.
And what'd you think?
It looked really
I
good.
loved it.
Thank you.
But
That's
it was
all I
dyed.
do.
It was dyed blonde, right?
Yeah.
I loved it. So if you want to go that way,
I
get
think
it.
the move is if you go bald, you just grow a big beard.
True. I mean, I think
As a big beard, I don't know.
Pretty cool.
growing up, I kind of wanted the receding hairline, because all the
Yeah.
kind of what
Cool
Walton
actors.
Goggins
It was
has.
cool
It
in
was
the
just
90s.
Jack
It was
Nicholson
very
or all
cool.
those I was why isn't my hair like that? It's oh, they're
Well, you're a child.
yeah.
I think his hair looked like that when he was young.
Jack Nicholson?
No,
Walton Goggins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Walton
pretty sure.
Goggins. I think he's just always been like that.
yeah, and it's probably same with Jack Nicholson, actually.
Yeah.
So it's not in the cards for you, because you got a full head
Sorry,
of
man.
hair.
You go hell.
You got hair.
Sorry, dude.
Sorry, man.
I can't wait to read this Reddit story about Spencer.
Okay,
Yeah.
here are some Spencer-themed stories. First one comes from Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for not being thrilled about my girlfriend's birthday gift to me? In parentheses, lingerie.
This is so you. This is so you, man.
I don't know how much I want to dox myself. Read the story and then I'll talk about my
Thong? Just kidding.
Girlfriend and I have been dating for a year and we are both 20. There's not much story here. Last weekend was my birthday. My girlfriend came over and said her present was a surprise. She went into another room and came out in a lingerie set that she said was new. She looked hot. We fooled around, that's that.
Okay. This guy.
Afterwards, she asked what I thought of my present. I was a bit confused, and this is when she inferred that the lingerie was my present. This rubbed me wrong, and it felt like a lazy
right
excuse
after
for
she rubbed him right.
I was just waiting.
We knew it was coming.
Waiting.
This rubbed me wrong, and it felt like a lazy excuse for a gift from someone I've been dating for a year. To me, she bought something for herself and said it was a gift to me. I might have been an asshole for this comment. So if we break up, do I get to keep that and give it to whoever I date next?
I hate. Is this you?
I would fucking never say that.
I know you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
He says this comment rubbed her the wrong way, and she called me an asshole. I'm also upset because I took her out to a fancy dinner for her birthday that cost over $200. That's no small cost for a 20-year-old college student without a job. Oh my God.
Dude. Okay.
First of all, not the asshole. No.
First of all, king.
Yeah. I've never been one for like lingerie, if that makes sense. Like
I
hate to be like, oh, I've been like surprised, but it's always just like
It's like,
this is gonna be the
ooh.
most like milady thing I've ever said, but it's kind of just like, dude, if it's like a big T-shirt, like I don't care, like as long as like you're cozy. Like I've never been like, oh yeah, this is like. Yeah, like lingerie. It feels like I don't know, not really appealing to me.
It's fair.
That's
but
okay.
like to the way he handled this was like,
well, because you can also, if it's not for you, that's fine, but you can also appreciate the effort that went into it.
It was
it's
an
like-
experience.
Yeah.
That's what she gave him.
I can't imagine any guy he talks to being like, yeah, I'm on your side, bro. It's like, no, this is.
Yeah, can I keep that lingerie and then give it to someone else? It's like, the lingerie isn't for you to keep. It's for you to see your girlfriend in a hot, like,
and
suit.
if she feels hot in it, then like that, like good, like then encourage that.
Yeah. It'll happen again for you, maybe. Not for this guy.
That's probably the worst. It's one of the worst things he could have said.
Yeah.
I don't know how
that
you say
is
something so
probably-
bad.
Yeah, for him to like try and turn that on her.
So
is
if you were
crazy.
disappointed, so if this happens,
disappointed is a strong word.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. It doesn't do much for me.
right, that's fine. But you wouldn't say that. You'd be like, that's great, thank you.
Yeah, in that inflection
In that
too.
context.
Hey,
Well, I mean,
that's awesome,
plenty of times for your birthday, you get gifts that you're not actually a fan of, but you still can appreciate that someone went out of their way. And this was just so unappreciative.
I thought this story was going to go that she gave him lingerie.
And
he
wanted
had
him to like,
I was like, whoa, cool.
yeah.
Also, horrible thing to say and can I give it to whoever I date next? He is inferring that they're going to break up and that he's going to date
That's crazy. He
someone
bought her the $200 dinner.
And also, like, buy me the dinner. Don't remind me. I didn't know there were strings attached to this dinner. Like, you want to buy me a $200 dinner? That's on you, but don't remind me a year
Lingerie is
later.
expensive too.
I'm pretty sure it can be really
It could be
expensive.
over $100.
Yeah.
And it's multiple use, unlike a dinner.
And also, it's
Unless leftovers. Sorry.
yeah.
My bad. This is another situation where I just kind of don't like the guy based on how he's writing. Because he's just like, she looked hot, we fooled around, that's that. I'm like, okay, buddy.
Ew.
Like, all right, man.
Whenever I hear fooled around, like I don't think of sex. Like I feel like they kind of
Tumbled down
like,
the stairs.
Well, no, like I think they like
Kinda
made,
like just,
they
like,
like made
slap
out like
hands.
they like did like hand stuff.
Okay.
Like fooling around is like hand stuff.
Oh, interesting.
It's like this.
Yeah. It's like
I feel like fooled around could just cover any variation.
I know, but if it's like, hey, what if we fool around? Like I don't know.
It feels very old school.
It's very old school. It's very 50s
Yeah.
sounding to me.
Fooled around and fell in love.
Yeah,
Don't sing it.
it happens.
I didn't.
I also think it's sad whenever people just quantify gifts based on like, well, I got you a $200 gift. You owe me.
It's like, don't get me gifts. This is why I don't like.
Like, yes, I have a
Gifts.
list of all the money I've ever spent on women, but
That's so gross. Could you imagine? Do you?
no.
Yeah, keeping score is definitely a bad move.
The wallet
Yeah.
keeps the score.
Comments. Does it fit you? 18,000 up.
Got his ass.
Hey, man. Someone said, no one's the asshole, but it sounds like both of you could work on your communication. From her perspective, she might see being wrapped up in nice lingerie as thoughtful and intimate gift, and many people would agree. However, it's clear that you have a different view, which is perfectly valid. Having expectations is normal, but the key is to communicate them clearly. That's the first step. OP said, I think it could be part of the present, but it being the whole thing seemed selfish and pretty thoughtless in my opinion.
Okay.
I'm not on
First
board
of all,
with that.
therapist Reddit commenters just crack me up. They're like, hey guys, communication is key. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, bitch. She was in lingerie, okay? Just let her, like go.
Just fool
hell
around,
yeah.
bro.
Actively being murdered, hey, let's communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said, dude, your girlfriend just gave you the 5-star treatment. Would you rather have a $25 Applebee's gift card? OP says, I disagree that I got a 5-star treatment. Having sex with your partner isn't a present.
Whoa!
It's.
Get me
I would say
outta
it's the
here.
greatest gift of all.
Dude, you're lucky she's having sex with you, okay?
Someone said, you're the asshole and a dumbass. Honestly, your girlfriend gave you an experience as your gift. OP said, how is it different than the experience I get daily outside of fabric placement? Okay, this guy needs to
This
just be
guy
single.
sucks.
Someone says, I really don't see how your gift was any different to hers. Surely you guys eat together all the time. So going to a fancy restaurant is just upping the experience a few notches. She did the exact same thing for you with the lingerie. Nice lingerie can easily cost a few $100s, and she probably spent a lot of time getting ready and tried to make it a fun, special experience. Sexy lingerie is not something you really wear for yourself. You wear it for your partner. Your reaction to what she tried to do must have hurt her feelings a lot. Given your age, I think immaturity like that is probably forgivable, but given that she's the same age, I'm guessing she may have a similarly immature reaction. Hopefully you guys can make up, but I seriously doubt you'll be seeing lingerie on her again.
No.
Yeah, I agree. I think a fancy dinner is very comparable because it's like,
It's like a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
you also get to eat there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
You haven't bited my steak.
I don't.
That's crazy. I see it. Hey, good pick.
that's a good pick.
Good pick, team.
It's a good pick.
This is an experience for me, guys. This is my birthday present.
I love it.
I wanted Shane to come out and launch.
Could you imagine? Fooling around.
And what if we
Hand
fooled
stuff.
around?
That's that. Fooled around,
That's
that's
that.
Well, at the end, we'll rate which one's the most Spencer of them all.
Yeah, okay,
That one's
okay.
pretty Spencer. Pretty Spencer.
This one feels low on Spencer's.
You think it's a lower, like a 4 on the Spencer
I think
scale?
there is Spencer within the story.
There's Spencer
Yeah.
within the story, not enjoying the lingerie, but not being a dick about it.
Exactly.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, our next story is a today I fucked up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Today
good
I-
thing for me to do.
You do it all the time?
Wow.
Sorry.
He felt bad immediately.
Yeah.
Today I fucked
Hey,
up.
what?
Stop! I can't handle it. Actually, that makes me feel so much anxiety. I was like, no one better talk, no one better talk.
Today I fucked up by buying a knockoff Lego set that my kids should not play with.
Okay.
Okay, this is sounding Spencer.
What?
Spencer coded. I have kids. My kids and I enjoy playing with Legos. Well, they like playing. I just like building cool stuff. We've made a house, city, a zoo, etc. The other day, I was browsing on an app known for cheap knockoffs, and because Legos are expensive, I often purchase the knockoff sets from said app. Of course, like all shopping apps, the algorithm shows me things I would be interested in, based on things I've looked at before, and on this day, it was showing me lots of cool block sets. There was a cool treehouse, a little cafe, a park, and an awesome vintage motorhome. You know the kind, 70s, tan, brown, orange, and yellow. I loved it. I bought the not Lego motorhome, and it was delivered today. I was so excited, and as soon as dinner was over, I proceeded to build the motorhome with the help of one of my kids. Only one, because one is older now and doesn't often care to build anymore, and my youngest doesn't like the building part, just playing with the things that I build. So here I was, happily putting together my awesome vintage motorhome. I get the frame done, and then I start working on the inside. As I get further along, I notice that the inside of the motorhome does not look like a normal motorhome. There's no bed, no table, and bench seats. No bathroom. There's a lot of jugs and crates and bottles, though. Now, I think it's important that I stop right here and explain something. I don't watch TV. I used to, but over the last decade, I have had trouble being able to just sit and get into a show or movie. I'm aware of the popular shows, but I couldn't tell you any details about them. Like Game of Thrones, everybody would talk about it. I have a general idea about what it's about, but I couldn't tell you specifics. Another show like this is Breaking Bad.
This is my prediction.
Never saw it.
They built the Winnebago.
Yep.
I know it's about a drug dealer, but that's pretty much the extent of it. So back to tonight, I am looking at this strange motorhome and thinking, what the heck is wrong with this thing? And then I look at the box. The picture on the app I ordered it from didn't show the box, didn't mention anything about the show or anything that would be telling. And to be honest, I didn't really pay any attention to the box when I opened it. The box says, Break Bad. That's when it hit me. Is this from that TV show Breaking Bad? Isn't that a show about a drug dealer? No. Please tell me I did not buy my kids a Lego set from a show about drug dealers. So I Googled Breaking Bad motorhome, and oh, my friends, if you watch the show, you no doubt know that it is much worse than that. Google promptly displayed a picture of a 1986 Fleetwood Bounder that looked an awful lot like the one that I've been building this evening, and I read the description. The awesome vintage motorhome that I just built for my kids is the RV from Breaking Bad, in which Walter White and Jesse Pinkman cooked methamphetamine. Yes, my friends, you read that right. I bought my kids a Lego meth lab. Wow, here it is. That looks awesome.
That looks really cool.
Dude,
looks sick.
we need to get this.
I would love that.
This
Put
is
it in the game
so
stage.
sick. Wow, and I can see on the inside, and they've got the blue meth in there. They've got the whole setup.
There's nothing better than someone who writes, well, my friends.
Well, and then no.
No.
Well, my
My
friends, it says Break Bad RV.
Just like, don't tell the kids meth was cooked
Just
in
don't
there.
build the meth lab on the inside.
Yeah.
Keep it empty on the inside.
Or say it's, because in the show they used actual rock candy for the meth. Say it's rock candy.
Oh, really?
I love
It's
rock
blue rock
candy.
candy.
So fun. They must have been eating that all the time.
I bet they were.
Whoa.
I love rock candy.
Something Breaking Bad doesn't really do is like explore. Well, it's definitely not the focus of the show. Is like
It's not. It's not.
like meth
It's the
addiction.
dealing part.
Yeah.
not the-
Yeah.
It's the cooking and dealing
I never
part.
saw Breaking Bad, and trust me, I know
it's such
I
a
need
good
to.
show.
But I knew immediately. I was like, oh, this is definitely from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Break
absolutely.
Bad.
It's the most famous RV.
It's yeah.
So did he stop building it?
I don't know.
What
Come
happened?
I imagine he probably.
I'm trying to remember
it
the
seems
fate
very
of the-
easy
yeah.
to build it and not
So
finish the inside.
Cute.
I'm trying to remember the fate of the RV in the show.
I don't remember. I think it's gone like by season 1 or season 2.
No, they definitely have it for a while.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do you love Breaking Bad? Is this why the story is to you?
It's probably my favorite show of all time.
It is
It's kind of
arguably the
it's
best.
kind of the best show ever.
It's like Sopranos, The Wire, Breaking Bad, right? That's what.
Oh, shit. I guess I need to watch it.
Oh, you'd love it.
It's so good. My flex, when I first moved out to LA, it was when Breaking Bad was doing their like big finale. It was like the finale of Breaking Bad, and they had it at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. And they drove the
Winnebago.
the RV out, and the whole cast got out of the RV.
Stop.
It was crazy.
Damn.
Hollywood
was sick as
Forever
hell.
Cemetery movies are the best.
It's such a great show, and what I feel like doesn't get talked about a lot is it's actually like a really, really dark comedy. Like
Oh,
it's so funny.
Walter is he's the stupidest
Smart guy.
smart guy of all time. Like it's just
Yeah.
really funny. I look, I
It's
could sit here
incredible.
and talk about it all day.
I need
Some
to
of the
watch
best
it.
character arcs of all time.
All right, I'll watch it. Is there an update?
No.
No, this kid's got addicted to meth and died.
Some comments. Now begins the fun project of taking out the meth lab parts and restoring it to a normal motor home. Someone said, thought this was going to be a today I f***ed up and gave my kids lead poisoning by using cheaply manufactured things post. Someone said the 6+ made me laugh way too hard. It says 8+ on the box.
We didn't even talk about like the ramifications of like Lego dupes and stuff like
What
that.
are the ramifications of Lego dupes?
I mean, it's just like I think you're getting what you're paying for ultimately with Lego.
It's a risk.
Yeah, like there's just certain things you like. I think you're gonna notice a huge difference in quality. Just like the weight
Are
of the
they
plastics.
they're not actual Lego.
I
Like
wonder
it's
if
not
they-
like people take Legos and like curate
fake.
their own box. So it's a different thing.
Do you have a lot of Legos?
Oh yeah. This dude Legos.
So your whole room is Lego, so like you can't move too much
Yeah.
or else it'll all fall.
What's your best Lego set?
I have like they did like a Jurassic Park series a couple years ago for like the old movie, and I want to like build all those together. But
What is it? The entrance? Or
they have it's like the visitor center. It's like the inside of the visitor center.
Best.
It's a lot.
Iconic
it's a lot
scene.
I'll do a Lego tour one day.
Really?
I could.
I would love that.
If we ever have the space here at Smosh, it'd be so sick to build the Death Star.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do?
Is that what you want to do?
Where would
Big
we do
giant-
that?
We'd need a lot of space and we'd need like a dozen people to build it. It's like massive. Hey,
We could spend a whole week doing
our most
it.
like Mr. Beast type video.
Yeah.
Can we build the Death Star in an hour?
Oh my God.
That's what they tried
I
to
would
do in
love
Return of
that.
the Jedi.
They tried. Yeah, someone wrote a comment in the like tone of those old Lego City ads. A man has overdosed on methamphetamine in Lego City. Quick, build the activated charcoal and load it into the launcher in the all-new Meth Lab RV Lego set.
This guy was so happy.
He was
He
stunned.
was like, I love it. Should I voice record?
Redditors in the comments, if they can think of some reference
You can
or a
think
pun,
of a joke.
if they got a pun, that's what they're
Can
they're
you
doing.
voice record in a Reddit comment?
No.
But could you
It
imagine?
would be over. No, nobody would because anonymity is what they all crave.
Okay.
That's the other thing. I love the Lego boxes so much, so I end up not building a lot because I just like having the
You
boxes.
like having the box, yeah.
Wow.
Well,
All right, our next story. My boyfriend, a 40-year-old man, wants me, 30-year-old woman, to only watch movies with him. Hi, all. I've been with my boyfriend for almost 6 years, and he gets angry/upset anytime I want to watch a movie with someone else, friend or family. To give some context, he loves movies. He watches everything from rom-com, action to drama, so I've respected his wishes and watched every movie he's wanted to watch with him for the past 6 years. I've turned down watching movies with friends and family numerous times simply because he wants to watch it with me first. I do love and enjoy watching movies in theaters with him. It's one of our favorite pastimes, but I think it's incredibly suffocating that he takes issue with me watching a single movie without him. For example, he's abroad in another country right now, and a female friend invited me to a movie screening. Knowing that he would take issue with me going, I reached out to him to talk about it, but I'm starting to feel resentful I have to do this to appease him or feel guilty for going even though he wouldn't be here to go with me anyway. He is not one to compromise, and frankly, he's never shown that he cares about how I feel about the matter. What do I do or say to him to improve the situation?
goodbye.
Yeah, literally.
what?
Look, I love
I know. You love movies.
I love movies. I love watching movies with a partner.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
it's one of life's great fooling around.
Fooling
watching
around.
A movie,
Fooling around,
Watching a movie.
fooling around and watching a movie.
Netflix and truly sit and watch the movie.
Yeah, Netflix, Netflix and watch, babe,
how about
tonight.
that?
How about we try that? Eyes are on the movie.
But you would never.
Oh, God, no.
You would. I also think you enjoy other people watching movies and having experiences and then telling you about it.
Yeah.
And like talking about the movie like on their own. So you would never be like this, right?
Right. Yeah. No. I mean, that's like. Well, also having like a partner who like would only. It's like, hey, you can't do that without me. That's like suffocating.
In
That
general.
would be like suffocating for. I don't see how that's not suffocating for him too. Where it's like, I want
Right.
like you. Don't you want your partner to like do stuff without you?
A lot of people don't.
I guess not.
That is insane to me because I love watching movies with my partner, but there are friends that I love.
You got like a whole movie.
I have a movie group.
You have
I
a
have two
movie
different
crew.
movie groups. I have one Film Wives movie group where it's 5 girls and we talk the entire movie, and that's the only time I let it happen. And then we cast each other in it, and I always play the guy who's a douchebag. And then I have 2 dude friends that we go see movies, and it's always like the f***ed up horror movies
Nice.
that we watch together, and that's the best.
Yeah.
I would never be with someone who took that away from me.
No, I don't understand the concept of being like, you're not allowed ever. There's like plenty of times where there's a specific movie where it's like, oh, we gotta see this
Especially if you
together.
watch like the series together. Like I get being upset if like they
Series.
didn't tell like, hey, we've watched like all the Mission Impossible movies together, and the new ones
Exactly.
come out. It's like, oh, well, I'm seeing that with like blah blah blah. Like I would be
I agree. And series. Like if you're away, you kind of have an unspoken thing. If you started the series together,
Absolutely.
and if you watch an episode without them, it kind of sucks.
It does suck. Yeah.
But it's not like
I think it's so like. You can if you're like, hey, do you mind if I watch this without you and like I'll rewatch it with you maybe?
yeah.
Like, because I know some people are okay with rewatching stuff. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But this
This is a lot.
I wonder what she wanted to see.
oh yeah, with her friend.
And this was posted 2 days ago, and we're in May right now, so this could be Final Destination, could be Mission Impossible.
What else would it be?
I mean,
can't
it could
be
also-
Sinners.
it could be a lot of things. I mean, it could be any movie. She's saying like any movie.
I'm saying if Ethan Hunt asked you to trust him one last time, what would you say?
I would say absolutely. Let's go.
Also,
Ethan.
though, like, you know, if you get invited to a screening, that's such a cool opportunity. You don't
Yeah.
want to take that away from someone. Like,
Right.
if Courtney got invited to a really cool screening for a movie that I was stoked to see, I'd be like, well, just go. And then, like,
Just
to
go and
see it.
take me.
just
but-
go and
Like,
take
go
me.
and, like, you know.
And I'll go too.
And I'll go. Come on.
Oh, it could be Lilo and Stitch. There's a million movies are always coming out.
Her irrelevant, no. Opinion discarded.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I think it's sad that she's now in a place where she's like, oh, she's
No, you
worried
shouldn't have
about
to-
what he thinks. Like you don't ever want to be in that place.
Also, like, you need to watch movies with other people because it's a different vibe.
Also, he's
Totally.
abroad. He's probably cheating on her.
yeah, exactly. He's sleeping with another person.
He's probably watching other movies.
He's probably seeing other movies.
He's probably seeing French films.
Oh my God, he's watching like Before Sunset, your favorite series.
Yeah.
He's probably watching Lilo and Stitch. I've never seen Lilo and Stitch.
Neither have I.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
We're older.
Hey.
I've
We're older or
We're
Lilo
wiser.
and Stitch came out forever ago.
We're wise.
Yeah, and we were too old.
Yeah, too old, bud.
Spencer, I think you were like 12.
No.
Yeah, I was too old, dude.
Yeah.
I was fooling around.
And falling in love.
Bunch of comments here. Are you positive that he is 40? Because no.
Wait, what?
Someone said he's dating 10 years younger for a reason. Someone said this is an absolutely bonkers rule. It's one thing to say that there's this very specific movie he wants to watch with you, which I think is reasonable, but he's way past that. Someone said, is this the only weirdly controlling, insecure thing about him, or are there others?
Good
Because this
question.
is not a you thing to fix. There's nothing that you can say to him that will cause this particular idiosyncrasy of his to go away. Regardless of whether this is the only weird controlling thing he does or not, you have a right to do things as an adult, and he doesn't have to like it. But if his reaction to things that he doesn't like is over the top, then that's a big problem. Still, if you haven't communicated how you're feeling about all of this to him, then he can't know and adjust accordingly. So the first step would be to say something like, I know you prefer it when we watch new movies together, but I'm feeling resentful about that because it means I don't have a choice about who I see movies with. Since you're away, I'm going to see a movie with my friend, and I need that to be okay. How he reacts to that will tell you a lot about how the next conversation with him needs to go.
I like when Reddit advice is
Yeah.
just like, say you're resentful
I'm
to
like-
your partner. It's like, okay, like maybe couch the language, like maybe, like
Is there one therapist going around all the Reddit
Yeah.
stores and going like, well, I've got to clock in and clock out?
I like the
a
problem.
lot.
The problem is like what works in like the specific wording that works for one person may not work for another. It's like it sounds good when you're typing it out on Reddit. It's
yeah,
like,
it's
say
like,
that out
hey,
loud.
I'm feeling resentful when you. Like, it's just
Yeah.
there's not.
There's a lot of like, I don't think this fits in that category, but we've talked about like, there's a lot of like living out fantasies of like, well, this sounds right as I'm typing
Yeah,
it.
it's like here's what you do in a perfect world where no one would like feel offended or anything.
It's also
or like
the-
no one would feel attacked.
The unfortunate
Yeah.
thing with Reddit, with all of these stories, is like, we're hearing about a person through just a small little
Yep.
paragraph about a person we've never met before. You meet this guy and you might go, oh, don't ever say that.
Maybe his parents died when watching a movie with someone else.
Yeah. I mean, look, but regardless, she has to set this boundary, and if
Yeah.
he's not okay with that, then
Well, here's the
God
thing.
damn.
They've been together 6 years. She's been letting it go on for 6 years. This is going to be really hard to set the boundary,
Yeah.
especially when he's away. I guarantee he's going to be like, who are you going to see
Yeah.
at this movie? Like, it's really hard to immediately set a boundary.
I think the most important part, though, of this comment is this the only weird, controlling, insecure thing about him?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a feeling this is part of many things.
It's also
he does.
music. Hey, so you didn't listen to anything on the ride into work today, did you?
Yeah. Could you
I want to make sure. Hey, I'm
imagine?
going to be out of town. Make sure you don't consume any media.
Yeah.
I want it to be silent. That's such a weird form of control that he has over her, is that he doesn't want her to have any experiences
Yeah,
without him. And yet, he's f***ing abroad with someone, with
He's
a broad.
Yeah, with a broad with a
Oh,
broad.
broad with a broad?
No, so one time I was reading Reddit on my computer at work, and Shane came over and grabbed the laptop and started. He was
cannot
like,
do that.
he's like, you can't read the. And he
can't
started
do that.
reading. He started reading the stories to me. I was like, I had
I
that.
have to read them.
And he was like, I have to read these.
That's really controlling. You can't
Sorry.
control Spencer's
I
experience.
I have to make sure that nobody in this office is
Hey,
reading
you
that
made me. What
besides
was the
me.
word they used? I'm feeling resentful.
He's feeling resentful right now, and I'm his therapist.
I never. Okay, so another. I always see like pictures on Twitter and Reddit of like people like jumping around the couch in Reddit stories. I've never done that.
jumping around the couch.
It'll be like Tommy. He's like on the wall.
Oh, Tommy.
People will be like Spider-Man. They'll be like up on the.
We don't need to do that. It's all in our face.
Final comment, just go. Stop asking for permission. If he makes a fuss afterwards, tell him to drop it or you're leaving the relationship. He's
Tell
immature
him
and
to drop
controlling.
it. It's crazy.
Drop it.
Hey, drop it.
Hey, drop it.
Hey, friggin' drop it. My favorite thing about Reddit is that the advice is always just break up. It's just like,
I
break up.
know.
Brennan,
And look, and
a lot of these stories.
A lot of them, it actually does fit. So
don't know.
I can't hate too much.
Hey, drop it.
I don't know if this is like breakup territory, but it is like,
It's breakup territory if the communication and boundary setting doesn't work.
Well, if he's like, no, you can never.
I don't think she needs to say that she's resentful, but she does need to be like, hey, I got to be able to go see movies without you.
Hey, man.
Hey, drop it.
Bro.
Leland,
Drop it. I'm
Hey,
resentful as
Drop it.
drop it. I'm resentful.
Hey, I fucking hate you.
I hope
Yeah.
the movie's good.
I hope so too. Okay, our next story. Am I the asshole for wanting to divorce my husband because he asked if he could get a job from a sex worker? This is so Spencer
just
coded.
talk about this?
Did we?
This is so
This
Spencer
is
coded.
Spencer
Yeah, we're
through and
talking-
through. This is birthday coded though,
Spencer coded.
because it starts off. Today is my birthday. So
And it's also my birthday.
It's my birthday. Today is my birthday. So me and my husband, a 25-year-old man, decided to go out for lunch. The day was going well and everything seemed normal. On the way back home in the car, he asked me if I would mind if he hired a sex worker to blow him because according to him, my job skills are not that good. I asked him if he was serious and he just kept asking if I would mind it. I got upset at him, obviously, and when he noticed I was upset, he said I was a hypocrite and was making drama and that I wanted to ruin the day, etc. I feel hurt and am thinking about divorcing him. He just said I was being a jerk for no reason. Am I overreacting? It's not like he cheated. Am I the asshole?
Can I say something that might be weird? I feel like if your partner's not giving a good blowjob, why don't you guys work on it together?
That actually,
that was the most
Why don't
normal
you-
thing you could have
That's the most
said,
normal-
dude.
Like,
I thought you were gonna be like, oh, dude, yeah, just like
Well,
let him have this one.
Sometimes I say comments and people are like, what the hell? But like, why don't you guys just watch a little porn? Be like, this is what I like. This is what I don't like. Do you want to try it? And he can do it to you too. Not all men are good at that. Like, just talk about it. I don't know.
I think it's very sad that
drop
like,
it.
Hey,
man,
drop it.
Friggin' drop it. This is like a form of communication that I feel like a lot of people lack, which is just like, we feel so uncomfortable with sex,
Reading
like growing.
the room.
So like once it's like you're married to this person. Like you guys should be able to talk about anything.
You're
And
married.
you cannot even talk about this. And I get really frustrated with like fixed mindset views of like, oh, these are your blowjob skills. That's permanent. That's what you're
Yeah,
like.
it's done.
Like, you can't talk about it and like
You can't level
try-
your skills up through training.
Yeah, just train a little bit. It's not a big. But to get a blowjob from a sex worker is so like.
That's 0 to a million.
Yeah, and then to be like, you're over.
Dude, what if the sex worker was bad at it?
Hey, it could happen.
Yeah. Actually, that's a pro move. If she hires a sex worker for him, but she's like, give a really bad
A really bad job.
and then he's
And
like,
also-
wow, I guess you're the best.
But it's like this guy's being, to me, this guy literally wants a job from another person, and he's just gaslighting her.
Him being like, oh, you're a jerk. Like,
I think we all got confused because the way he's talking to her makes it feel like
you're talking to me like it's your birthday,
his
but it's my birthday.
It is her birthday, and he's asking for a job from a sex worker on her birthday.
And all she
I
asked
think
for
I
was
think-
lunch.
Well, she's probably got so much other things to like celebrate. This might be a good time to just bring it up.
Okay, this is so Spencer's story.
Wow.
Where do they go to lunch? I
yeah,
mean,
that's
where?
For some reason, I am really hung up on where they
I'm
went
really
to
hung
lunch.
up because it, like
Like,
You
what
know
is a
it-
birthday lunch?
You know
like?
it's not good enough.
no, it's like
Yeah.
a sandwich and a salad, which I love.
But
I love that for lunch, but like it's her birthday.
But you know what I love more?
A job from
a sex worker.
Yeah, I thought so. I knew this was your story.
married at 25 and already asking for a job from a sex worker. It's like
It only gets better.
I'm gonna
You have bigger problems.
I'm gonna be a redditor here and say they need to break up.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
needs to divorce him fast.
Lawyer
Yeah.
up.
Lawyer up.
Get out of here.
We hit the gym. What was the? There used to be the meta on Reddit. Like it'd be like lawyer up. Like anytime there was any relationship drama, like all that comes to be like you need to lawyer up, hit the gym and divorce her. It was like this.
Always hit the
And then
gym.
it became so bastardized. They were like hit the lawyer, gym up. It was some fun
Hit the
Reddit
lawyer.
humor. Yeah.
Oh, I love Reddit humor.
The comments, the way I would get the ick and never touch his wiener again. Yeah, I'd be wanting the same.
I got the ick from that comment.
Yeah.
I'd never
Wiener?
touch his wiener again.
Do not call a penis a
Babe,
wiener. I'm so sorry.
Your wiener skills are not epic.
Could you imagine if she was like, bring out that wiener?
Dude, just don't even.
I'm getting the ick right now.
I love how it's like, these are Spencer stories, and it's a bunch of the most ungrateful guys.
Yeah. And Kiana helped choose these. Oh.
A bunch of ungrateful guys who hate sex.
Yeah. And love Legos.
Legos and movies and zero sex. It's the chosen.
I know. Spencer.
I think they come with love.
Yeah, not this one.
Yeah,
No.
maybe not this one.
Someone said, not the asshole. Gotta love the hypocrite comment after. Unfortunately, it seems you didn't marry a keeper.
Oh.
OP left a comment. OP left a comment in here going, I tried really hard to make sure he was the one too. I saw him go through his grandfather's death and I accidentally damaged his car and he was super nice about it and didn't scream or belittle me. The only area we had problems was our sex life because I had some health issues and it killed my libido. But when that was managed, he was great. He knew about my past and that one of my relationships was long distance, so I wasn't very experienced with sex, but I actually thought our sex life was okay. But I'm very vanilla, but he never complained.
Oh.
Yeah, they never talked about it.
They just need to work on it together, man.
They do. I don't know if I, at this stage, hearing this information, believe he's someone who's
It
going to work.
also makes me really sad when it's like, oh, he didn't flip out when I.
It's like, oh, his
I
grandpa
hit
died
his
and he didn't
car.
hit me.
He didn't. Yeah, exactly. It's like that's so.
He's not awful.
That's not. There's good men out there, guys.
I thought he was the one because he wasn't really mean to me.
Yeah. Oh.
Obviously, there is the conversation of couples having conversations about opening a relationship. This, though, hits different territory for me where it's like, can I get a job from a sex worker because you're bad at it?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can't move past that.
I think he thought in his head
rough.
that made sense.
I think you're
so.
right.
He was like, well, this is gonna make sense.
This guy's
because...
this is stupidity on another level, or a complete lack of I don't know, social awareness. I don't know what you'd use to describe what he lacks, but it's
to say something
immaturity.
that mean and then afterwards to go, you're overreacting, you're being a hypocrite, you're all these things. It's like, okay, I don't believe what you're saying that he's nice.
he's probably recovering from the death of his grandfather.
Still. There's
This is how he
there's
takes it,
nothing
yeah.
wrong with wanting something good from your partner, but it's like he's just coloring it as something else.
Yeah. Other comments.
God.
My guess is he's gauging your reaction to something he's already done.
Ooh, Spencer, is
That's
that
valid.
you? Is this you vibes?
That's such a crazy assumption. Maybe they're right, but that's just dude, he's cheated on you. He's been cheating on you for his whole life.
He's done.
He hates you. I don't know. That's
It's a possibility.
it is a possibility.
But you can't.
But
you
it's
can't
just
jump to that.
Yeah.
It's a possibility. I don't think, in my eyes, it matters. I think the comment.
Oh
I
yeah,
think the
that's
comment
not the focus
enough-
of the
The comment enough is grounds. It's could he have done worse? Possibly.
It's just
But-
I like only a Sith deals in absolutes kind of vibe.
Jesus Christ.
But it's just it's like someone will post something on Reddit. They'd be like, oh, my wife came home late last night, and the comments will just be like, dude, she's cheating on you.
She's
And it's
cheating.
just
Yeah.
perhaps not.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
This can't be real. Nobody is dumb enough to ask his wife if he can get a BJ from a sex worker on her birthday. Oh my God. If it is real, you are an absolute saint for not cutting off his nuts right there and then. Someone commented underneath that saying, I'm in the process of a divorce from a man who asked me 5 days after I had given birth vaginally with a first-degree tear if he could have a mistress because he couldn't wait 6 weeks to have sex with me. Same man also told me that the only reason he'd ever during a job was because he was imagining that I was one of his employees while I was
imagining
giving him the
dragons.
blowjob. Some people are just shitholes.
Dude.
Sir, the fax machine is working. One of your employees giving you a up. I don't know why that makes me laugh so hard.
Some things are so messed
Sir,
up.
your
they're
meeting starts in
hilarious.
10 minutes. I can't. What? Hello? First of all, I don't want to hear about the tear. What the is a first-degree tear? I'm gonna have to research this all night.
I don't know.
Oh no, this is bad.
Guys never heard of jerking off.
I know.
And you tell him, and he's like, what?
He's like, you can do what?
Solo?
Solo? Han Solo?
Yeah, why are you relying on just one other person? Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my God.
Oh, God. God, these are all your stories.
These are your stories,
And these are
man.
my stories.
Let's tell these stories. All right, our next story comes from the Two Hot Takes subreddit. Shout out to Morgan over at Two Hot
Love
Takes.
Morgan.
My roommate doesn't want to live with me again after I watched Jurassic Park movies while his girlfriend was at our apartment.
Huh?
My roommate doesn't want to live with me again after I watched Jurassic Park movies while his girlfriend was at our apartment.
Okay.
Okay.
I, a 22-year-old man, am finishing up my last year of college and live with my best friend, a 23-year-old man. He has a girlfriend who's 20 that he's been with for about 6 months. She's pretty shy, and whenever she's at our apartment, they are pretty much always just hanging out in my friend's room. They will very rarely hang out in common areas for extended periods of time. So suffice to say that even though I've known her for half a year, I know very little about her and wouldn't say I know her very well personally. This past weekend, I was scrolling through Netflix to find something to put on in the background while I study for finals. I found The Land Before Time, which was one of my favorite movies growing up because my older brother used to always play it for me when he babysat me. So I turned it on and just kind of had it on. My roommate and his girlfriend came by, and my roommate noticed the movie I was watching. He commented that he hasn't seen it in years since he was a kid. He asked his girlfriend if she's ever seen it, and she said no. She said that she wasn't allowed to watch any movies with dinosaurs because her religion doesn't believe in them and believe that their fossils were put in the ground by God as a test. Needless to say, I was caught off guard. Of course. Oh! I've never heard that the fossils were put there by God.
As a test.
I've heard that the fossils are fake, but not that they were put there by God. That's another level.
It's a dumb test.
Of course, I had a million questions, but for some reason, my brain went towards dinosaur movies instead of her religion. I asked if she'd ever seen any of the Jurassic Park movies, and she said no. I told her some of them are really good and suggested we have a dinosaur movie marathon. She said she doesn't want to watch any movie that goes against her beliefs. I just said okay and didn't push it, and they quickly retreated back to my roommate's room.
Fool around.
But it did kind of make me want to watch Jurassic Park movies.
Got me thinking about Jurassic
I
Park,
love
bro.
this guy.
Right, that's awesome. I have the first two on Blu-ray, so I found those and started watching them. Neither my roommate or his girlfriend came out of the room much of the rest of the day except to get something from the kitchen or go to the bathroom. After I finished the second movie, I left to meet up with some friends. I stayed at a friend's place that night after drinking, and when I got back to my place, my roommate immediately laid into me. He said that I was very disrespectful to his girlfriend by playing Jurassic Park movies immediately after she told me it goes against her religious beliefs. He said I made her feel very uncomfortable and that they both agree I did it on purpose to mock her beliefs. I told him I don't care at all about her beliefs and that I told her I don't care at all about her beliefs and that all I did was watch movies in my own place. I told him it's not my problem what her religious beliefs are, and if she gets that upset about dinosaur movies, then I'm honestly kind of surprised she can go through day-to-day life without having an existential breakdown. He told me that he doesn't want to live with me again after our lease is up at the end of the month. We had already been looking at renewing our lease or finding a new place, but I think they are seriously overreacting.
What is happening?
Dude,
here?
Break up with your roommate. Hit the gym.
Dude, get out of there.
Look, I have my judgments of, I mean, this is so extreme. I have my judgments of like certain beliefs and religions and whatever, but people can believe what they want. But I've always laughed at like, I can't watch that because they're talking about things or it shows things that I don't believe. I'm like, then yeah, don't
watch it. It's not your house.
Or like watch it and don't believe it. It's a fictional movie. Like what you're saying that your faith is so weak that you can't watch it or you'll immediately be swayed. I'm like, then do you even believe what you believe? Like
It's not your apartment.
I always like
Apartment.
I just scoff whenever people are like, no, I can't watch that because it goes against. I'm like,
You must turn it off in your home.
you believe what you believe, right? Like you believe it's the truth, so it shouldn't matter. But she believes, I guess, that God put fossils there as a test. So maybe she also believes God made Jurassic Park as a test.
What's the test?
To test your faith?
Your faith in like, the Earth only being like 3,000 or...
So Jurassic Park playing was a test.
Yeah.
The Lord works in
It's a test
mysterious
from
ways.
God.
Oh.
So my story is I was placed. No, I went to a Christian summer camp.
Mm-hmm.
My parents were like, yeah, like, that was kind of like everything in our hometown was Christian. And then at one point we did like a field trip to this like museum, and the museum talked about how dinosaurs and man like coexisted. And it was like the Earth is like 3,000 or 4,000 years old was their pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And dinosaurs were real and they coexisted with man, but the fossils are not millions of years old. The scientists are wrong, and they're only like 3,000 or 4,000 years old, but they were wiped out in like I think it's the flood that
They were too big.
They were too big to fit on the ark. That Steve
Even though
Carell
there's
built.
plenty of dinosaurs that were small.
But yeah, so they are extinct.
there
They
are
were
small
real.
dinosaurs.
And I came home and I was telling my parents
And
about it.
birds are related
and
to
they
dinosaurs.
They were like, oh, you're actually not going back there. So one.
Why?
Your parents.
1 point. Spencer's parents.
Your parents.
0
Your
points.
parents chose dinosaurs.
Yeah. Well, because I truly was so obsessed with dinosaurs like my whole life. At that point, for me to kind of like to show, I think it showed how malleable like a child's views are. Where I was like, yeah, like, well, that's what they told us, like this authority figure, and they're like, okay, well, that's actually it's not true. So you're done.
So they were saying that authority figure was saying those fossils didn't come from dinosaurs.
No, they came from dinosaurs, but they're only like a couple thousand years old.
So they didn't believe in carbon dating.
Yeah.
They were like, no.
And so
It's
your
a
parents
pretty-
were like, they aren't true simply because those aren't the facts of dinosaurs, because your parents believe in dinosaurs.
My parents believe in, science.
And the Grand
it's-
Canyon was just God making a really complicated cake really quickly.
Yeah.
What?
He peed really hard.
Because there's a bunch of layers, and then you can date all the layers. You
where's
can see
the
like,
frosting?
well, that's the top. That's us.
Oh, we're
That's
the frosting. Us and the mules,
We're the
the
frosting.
donkeys. We're the frosting. I can't.
It takes like willful ignorance, I think, when it comes to so much of these types of scientific things to go like, yeah, no, that the Earth is not that old. It's like you literally like can look at stuff. And
Like,
see.
let's be real. Like, your roommate's girlfriend, it's not her place. Also, you were inside a room with the door shut.
Yeah.
Like, what? Did she come out and go to the bathroom
this
and
guy-
see?
She hasn't seen Jurassic Park.
I unfortunately also I think this is just not a bro. Like this is a guy who like immediately like. This is the type of friend, I think, that as soon as they get a girlfriend, it's just like, if the girlfriend's like, I don't like your friend, he's like, yeah, and I don't like him
I don't
either.
like him.
It's just like, he's not your bro, man.
You know what? Maybe he just wanted the girlfriend to move in the whole time, and then he was like, this is the time.
Yeah.
It's the Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Poor guy was just loving his little Blu-ray, having a great time.
And he was smart for stopping after 2.
Yeah, the third one.
Good move.
Which one's Dominion?
The 5th one? No, 6th one.
I have not seen most
I didn't
of the recent
see.
ones.
I didn't
You didn't see Christopher
Christopher
Chris-
Pratt.
I have not
Pratt?
watched. I've not actually watched any of the Jurassic Worlds. I've only seen really the clip of the girl getting, as I call it, Harlem Globetrotted by the pterodactyls. She gets. It's the best way to put it.
Oh, she's the nanny.
She's the nanny.
She's the
They
nanny.
just- and dinosaurs are just throwing them around.
She's the nanny. And
It's-
she's on her phone the whole time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love Jurassic Park, but those ones are not that.
That's,
know what?
that's Jurassic World. that
I
one.
could not stop replaying it as a kid. First Jurassic Park, the blonde, her acting was out of control.
Yeah.
Remember her? She was like,
Oh yeah.
She's like.
To be
I
fair,
think-
if I'm in a kitchen with a bunch of velociraptors, I'm acting that
but
way
her
too.
acting made me laugh so hard as a kid. We would always rewind it and then press play again because it was so intense.
Yeah.
And the
she
little
sells
boy.
yeah. I used to dress up as Tim from Jurassic Park a lot.
Which one's
Wow.
Tim?
The kid in the striped
Kid.
shirt.
Oh God.
knows all the facts.
He
Yeah,
knows all the facts. He's carrying around the dinosaur books. Got the
Oh
bandana.
yeah, that's a great,
Yeah.
great outfit.
Comments, not the asshole. I'm sure whatever she and your roommate are doing in his room all the time also goes against her religious beliefs.
Woo!
Roommate is just looking for an excuse to not live with you anymore. Someone said they didn't have a problem with it while you were watching The Land Before Time, but all of a sudden after you discussed it, it became a problem. You didn't sit there and force her to watch anything, and they were in a completely separate room, not the asshole. OP said, they think that once I found out that she doesn't believe in dinosaurs, that I watched the Jurassic Park movies to mock her beliefs and rub it in her face. Really, I just hadn't seen the first 2 Jurassic Park movies in a while, and the conversation spurred an interest in watching them again. Someone said, someone looking to be offended can usually find an excuse. I don't want to get off track with the girlfriend's beliefs, but wow. However, you were in no way disrespectful. Your roommate is way out of line. I'm at a loss as to how that made her uncomfortable. You didn't lecture her on evolution or ridicule her beliefs. You simply watched a movie that didn't support her very, very non-mainstream religious beliefs. You don't owe that to her.
She's like, can we put on God's Not Dead?
And it seems even the roomie didn't know as he asked her if she'd seen the movie. I'm rolling my eyeballs around here. It's not like OP was watching hardcore porn in the common area. You were watching a couple of very well-known and popular movies. OP said, this was the first time that her religious beliefs were ever brought up. She never said anything about me smoking weed or drinking at our apartment. I'm a 22-year-old college student. I do my fair share of sinning. This was the first time I heard her talk about anything related to her religion. Yeah, it's very
It's
inconsistent.
an interesting battle to pick.
Yeah, of all the things. It does, you know, it's a leap, but I do fall into the category of like, maybe the roommate was just trying to find an excuse.
I think it
He's
was
like, go with the dinosaurs.
Let's do the
Yeah.
dinosaur thing. Because if we do drinking or smoking, then we have to stop drinking.
Yeah.
Also, the roommate loved Land Before Time. Why isn't she on him on that?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's like, it's inconsistent.
it's
Also, the
animated.
roommate clearly didn't know about
Yeah,
this
it's
religious
animated.
belief. Well, dinosaurs mentioned. That's
Hey, dinosaurs
very
mentioned.
Hey,
Spencer
this
thing.
is a you story. I'm learning so much about you.
I think the boyfriend's cheating on him.
Probably.
You think the boyfriend's cheating on him? Mm-hmm. What?
I want to
think-
go on. You
I
know
think
what?
that much is
I-
clear.
I need to make a Reddit account and just go onto these Am I the Asshole posts and leave just comments that make zero sense.
Drop him.
Just be like, I think he's cheating on you. It's very clear that he's not respecting
Oh,
you.
I
It's
get
just
it.
like, I'm having, yeah.
And just
I know
like,
now
wait, it's
why
like,
you
wait, I
said
think
that.
you misread the story.
Now I get it.
Okay, our next story.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for not inviting my sister to my wedding because she always jokes about sleeping with my fiance?
Probably.
So you.
They're just jokes, bro.
Come on, they're just jokes.
They're just jokes.
And she's allowed to say those
Let me
fucking
see
weird
his wiener.
jokes.
Okay, so I'm getting married in October. Small, chill, nothing crazy. Should be a happy time, right?
Yeah.
Except my older sister, who's 31, has this thing where she constantly flirts with my fiance, 29-year-old man, like aggressively. And it's always under the guise of, oh my God, I'm just joking. Don't be so sensitive. The first time she met him, deadass said, wow, you upgraded. I'd let him ruin my life too, in front of me.
I can't.
I laughed it off because I didn't want to seem insecure, but like, WTF? Then she started with the, if you ever get bored of her, you know who to call comments. Again, in front of me. I told her it was weird and she rolled her eyes and said I'm too uptight.
She rolled her eyeballs.
She's made so many little jabs. I saw him shirtless once. Damn, girl, you got lucky. If you die first, I call dibs.
Oh my God.
Too bad you got him first, LOL. Like, it never ends.
This is just like Hamilton.
This is so funny. This is so funny.
My fiance thinks it's awkward, but tries to ignore it. He's not flirtatious back, but he also doesn't really shut it down either, just gets uncomfortable and laughs nervously. Last weekend was the last straw. We were at my parents' house and I left to grab something from my car. Came back and heard her saying, I swear I'm not making this up. I mean, if you're having second thoughts, I'm always available. Just kidding. Unless...
This chick
Like-
is
Okay,
killing
that one's
me.
kinda funny.
That one's funny.
Like, the unless was real. That's not a joke anymore. That's a goddamn come on. I snapped. Told her she's disgusting and can't come to the wedding. She flipped, cried, told my mom I was being dramatic. Now the whole family's saying I'm ruining the family over a joke, and she's just always been flirty and doesn't mean anything by it. I don't even care if she meant it or not anymore. I just don't want that energy around me if I'm trying to get married. But now it's this whole thing, and I'm apparently the villain for excluding her and making it a bigger deal than it is. Am I the asshole for uninviting her, or is this actually insane? Because at this point, I feel like I'm losing it.
This one's really complicated. I mean,
I
what
think
she's
it's-
saying is making me laugh really hard.
It's funny, but it's also just like, hey, if you tell someone to stop, it's like, hey, fucking stop.
Yeah, like,
slash serious. Stop.
serious,
'cause
like, stop
The
doing
fiance's uncomfortable, and of course he can't say anything. It's her
Yeah.
sister. He's got to
Like,
just be
drop
like,
it.
he's got to be like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
But I also think they could probably have a convo, and she could give him permission to be like, you're allowed.
Exactly.
You're allowed to fucking say
Dude.
no to her too.
But it's also
like
it's
the sister.
awkward to do that to like family
Oh,
members.
it's
really
so
awkward.
It's so uncomfortable for either of them to have
It's
to
really
set this
awkward.
boundary.
I will say, though, not inviting her to the wedding is a little kind of to the extreme. My
I think
family
that's
would
all you
never
can
allow me
do.
to do that. My family would be like, how dare you?
It's just reached
Well, I
such
think
a...
the family is being like, how dare you?
The family
Yeah.
is being, how dare you. It's one of those unfortunate things we see with so many families where someone's behavior has been a little out of control for so long that they're like, this is just who she is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's Uncle Greg. He gets drunk and gets in fights with everyone, and that's just who he is.
Maybe she should have given him an ultimatum, like, hey, say that shit again, and you're not fucking coming to the wedding.
Sure.
You're making my fiance uncomfortable, and the next time you do it, he's going to say something. Is that going to be fun for you?
Yeah, it's one of those situations where I don't blame her for what she did, because I'm like, that's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
And
If they've talked about it before, I think
it's so disrespectful.
If I were talked about, like, you know, that, yeah.
what if
she
you're
said
saying
she
to
said
her?
she's brought it up, said like, hey, this is uncomfortable.
Yeah, but is she saying it in like a joking manner?
I told her it was weird, and she rolled her eyes and said, "I'm too uptight." So she's not giving specific examples of what she said. I think she's also saying all these times we're in front of her. So it's kind of like, okay, you're saying a joke, and it's like you're doing it for shock value in front of me. But she was saying this without her around. She was saying this to her fiance.
At a certain point, her fiance can protect himself. He's
Yeah.
marrying into the family. He can be like, hey, no, I love your sister. I'm marrying her.
I think a lot of men just like aren't used to
that type of intense
having
flirtation.
to like shut things down in that way.
In that way, yeah.
Yeah, women have a lot of practice with that.
No, like
true.
truly, like
do.
it's like
True.
you're kind of, and I'm not saying that's not a reason.
There's
to
probably- and
not, but it's like
Yeah.
We don't know from this if he has said anything. Like, he could start off in a light way of just being like, no, like, I'm so happy with her. She's the one for me. I feel like this sister, though, based on what we're seeing, I just don't think anything's going to stop her. She seems...
I feel like I've just met a girl like this. She just always says the comment that makes everyone go, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, absolutely. Comments, not the asshole. Why the would you ever make comments like this about someone's significant other, especially in private to him with you not around? Instead of admitting her wrong, she continues to gaslight you into believing you're insecure / overreacting. Ultimately, it's your wedding, and if she can't respect you and your boundaries, then she doesn't have to be there. OP said, she disrespected me, and I'm her own sister. That says everything I need to know. Thank you for your comment. Seriously, it means a lot. Someone said, not inviting her ass is the best thing you can do. She's the type, in my opinion, that will try to outshine you on your big day. I get she's your sister, but damn, I would never do that to any of my sisters. That's so disrespectful. Can you imagine the sister taking a turn dancing with the groom? It wouldn't be pretty. Lastly, someone said, not the asshole. Your sister is making a play for your fiance and would like nothing more than to bust up your relationship so that she could have him.
yeah, that's another one of those Reddit comments. It's like, dude, she's cheating on you. She wants to kill you. Blah blah blah.
There is nothing wrong with you setting strong boundaries, and your parents need to have to come to Jesus to talk with your sister about her behavior and stop enabling her. Someone said to that, exactly, and the fiance is likely not saying anything to avoid making waves, but the sister is just an ass. She's trying hard to come between them. She's calling it a joke, but if no one is laughing, what's so funny about it? She clearly has no respect for her sister.
So how is this related to you?
That's the first one I'm like
I don't know on this one.
Spencer's just like, man, I let him ruin me.
yeah, and I think Shane, you're right. Like it is like one of those kind of familial, maybe familial is not, but like it's the family member. It's like like let him like
They get
a little drunk. Like,
If you do bad behavior so long, suddenly it becomes part of who you are, and everyone's like, well, they get a pass.
Yeah.
Because they've been doing it for so long. But because like, if this was an out of character thing, like if you have a sibling who is always respectful and always cool, and then suddenly you hear them say something like that, you're like, whoa, holy shit! But she's been doing it for so long.
Yeah. Can I play devil's advocate? What would be worse? The sister being like, God, here comes your boyfriend. It's fucking ugly, sucks. Like, he sucks. Oh, great, you're marrying this loser. Or the other part.
I think they're both.
I think they're both
two
bad.
sides.
No, they're both
two
so
sides of
bad.
the same coin of just disrespecting her.
None of them are good. And they're annoying.
They're annoying
They're
as
just
hell.
like, stop.
Oh, dude, people who don't let up on, even if these are if these are for sure a joke, still annoying as hell, still disrespectful. It's just exhausting.
Yeah, it's tiring.
If someone like legitimately tells me like not to joke about something like around them, it's like, oh, okay. Like yeah, let me do that then.
Yeah.
I mean, we tell jokes for a living here, and we we have the understanding amongst each other of like, hey, any joke is like fine.
Yep.
But if a joke is said, it's like, hey, okay, let's not do that one. It's like, all right.
Then we don't.
Then great. That's all it takes. When people don't respect that, it bothers me so much.
Well, they wouldn't be here.
Yeah, they're just annoying.
Yeah. This is rough.
Any update?
No update on that one. I mean,
do you think that she still isn't invited to the wedding? Oh, it's in October.
Is
that this year?
Maybe
bet
that'll
you,
be the one the Chosens show up to.
It's just so complicated.
Do you imagine?
It's so complicated because, like, this is unfortunate where the sister clearly is the one in the family who gets the pass. Because, if the sister had a wedding, okay, I'm going to be a little Redditor here. The sister had a wedding and she overreacted in ways and did something like this, the family would probably be on her side. Like, there's always that family member that, like, just kind of gets the pass. And we read about it so much, and I feel like this is the one.
I think it's because it's really uncomfortable to confront someone like that.
I think the family, it's kind of like that peacekeeping aspect in families where it's just like, well, if we all just like let them
Yeah,
be
but then it
this
gets
way.
worse and worse and worse.
Absolutely. No, I mean, I like I said, I'm not necessarily judging her for her decision to say you're not welcome to my wedding. It is her wedding. She's allowed. She is allowed. Are there going to be repercussions for her? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be awkward in the family.
This is I'm breaking up the B word. I think it was brave of her to uninvite her from the wedding. Like that's scary.
She's got to set it. The only thoughts I'm thinking is just like, are there boundaries you can set? But based on just
it
this
seems
story,
like she wouldn't follow
based
them.
on this story, do I believe it? And I think OP is seeming like she doesn't believe it either.
Yeah.
It's like we don't know how long this is going on, how constant. I mean, if it's to get to the point where you're uninviting a sibling, it has to be pretty extreme. Because like at a wedding, it's like you want them there.
Yeah.
You should want them there. So to get to that point, I mean,
You might regret it.
yeah, I don't know, but these things happen. Families are complicated. All right, our final story. It comes from Am I Overreacting? Am I overreacting? Wife called another man daddy.
This is so you. It's crazy.
You're doing that all the time.
I'm the other
bro.
man.
He does. Yeah. He's like,
Honestly, I mean, we've seen the TikTok thirst traps. I mean,
we have.
Spencer, there's a very real
Of you,
possibility that
Spencer.
somewhere out there is a couple where the girlfriend might have accidentally called you daddy in front of their
You have a
partner.
lot of thirst trap videos. How do you feel about that?
Great. I feel great. Thank you guys. It feels great on
I
the
love
ego.
how everyone's getting served them.
That's the
I
funny
get
thing.
served them.
Everyone.
That's the funny
Literally
thing.
on URL, Courtney was talking to Ted Nivison and he was like, I'm getting served them.
Stop.
Everybody's getting served them, man.
I'm always like kind of shocked when people like know who I am.
You're very memorable.
Yeah,
Very
that's great.
memorable.
What's the sweetest thing you've ever said?
Really?
So for the last few years, it's a 33-year-old man, my wife, who's 29, has been very interested in an MMO game. She gets home from work on Tuesdays and boots up her PC and starts playing it for hours on end. She likes to role play there. She pretends to be a rabbit. It's sort of like Dungeons and Dragons or play acting, apparently. And she has a Sunday gaming group that she plays with. I don't really get it, but it makes her happy, so I was always fine with it. The last couple of months, though, she's been distant. We haven't lain together in weeks, usually 2 to 3 times a week. Lain together.
Together.
Oh, lane together.
Lane
Okay.
together.
I thought you said laned together, and I was like, that must be like an MMO term or something like
We
that.
haven't lain together in weeks, usually 2 to 3 times a week, and she brushes me off if I ask what's wrong. We used to cook together, but lately I've been having to do the cooking for us both and bring it to her in her home office. She works from home because she won't leave her computer. Then on Sunday night, I heard her talking with her gaming group. She was saying, I'm a good aster, I swear. This isn't her name. Mate is so hard, but his mount is fantastic. His thing is colossal, and then she giggled. Wolf Daddy is coming. That's when I maybe overreacted. I pulled the plug to the internet.
Whoa!
That's dad behavior.
Dad
That's
behavior.
daddy behavior. She was more upset that I turned off the internet than that I caught her cyber another man. And she tried to gaslight me into thinking I'm crazy, so I said some unharmonious things to her, and now she won't talk to me. Was I overreacting here?
clearly a lot going on.
Yeah.
He was he probably said some fucked up shit, it sounds like.
So was she sleeping with another rabbit?
There's a game called Final Fantasy, and in it, you're in a big fantastical world, and there's different types of like people you can play as. So you can play as like a rabbit human, but they're just a human, like a tall,
I guess sexy. They got ears.
Tall, sexy. Think of like Lord of the Rings elf, but with ears.
Love that.
Pretty much.
Oh my God.
That's basically the vibe.
I was a lady.
This is where I wanted to leave
But
Reddit
people-
comments with sounds, and I would just leave a moaning sound.
But people, people role play in these games. So when they're playing, they're like speaking to
RP.
each other as if they're in the world.
This is fun.
But people within the game like have relationships, role-played relationships, and role-play like basically they just talk out
makes
sex.
sense.
Phone sex, essentially,
Yeah.
just with added elements. Someone said, "Brother, I play Final Fantasy 14. I think you need to get your hearing checked. First line is probably, I'm a good caster, I swear. Second line is likely, mate is so hard, but his mount is cool. Mate being pronounced as M8, as in, that is what players call the fight. You get a mount from it. Third line is based on the fact that the in-game announcer says the line, he put the Colossus to the sword. Fourth line is based on the fact that the boss, Howling Blade, is a wolf and says goofy shit like, can you handle a pack of wolves? Either this is a post meant for karma farming, or you need to actually talk with your girl because she is not ERPing. She is rating. You are totally overreacting. Edit, she was more likely reacting to the line, where did that colossal thing come from, by the announcer. I forgot about it, LOL. Anyway, use this as a lesson to sit down and communicate with her the next time you have concerns. If she is willing to still put up with you after this, that is.
Okay, now it's my turn to play devil's advocate.
Okay?
Love this.
It's my birthday, so I can do this.
Yes, you can.
I don't even remember what it was because I thought of so many awful
I
things
got
to say.
nothing.
No. But it was like because he has been trying. It sounds like in the lead up to this, from his POV, which is all we're getting. He was saying a lot of like, "Hey, she has been really distant. I've been trying to communicate with her, and she's not kind of like sharing this like MMO experience. So I get how that has built resentment in that way, but also like that is a hilarious misunderstanding."
It
and
is
pulling the plug
a little funny.
and saying unharmonious things like that's look. The question was, am I overreacting? I think he might have been overreacting.
Yeah, he got paranoid.
I think he overreacted because if this is the first time he's ever heard anything of this nature, he needs to go into the room and say, hey, what's going on?
Right.
What am I hearing? But instead he pulled out the internet.
It's just like
And then said a bunch of horrible
he
stuff.
wants attention. He's feeling resentful. It's building. He's not saying anything. So he automatically makes her the villain. Here's the thing. She might be having cyber sex. I don't know them.
Yeah.
I mean, she's
She
a
also
rabbit.
might just be like legitimately addicted to the game, which can hurt a relationship.
Exactly.
It sounds like there are issues that he's like, oh, we're not spending much time together. She's in her office all day, all night. That's a problem. You need to talk about that.
Yes.
They're not doing that. I'm immediately not on this guy's side, though, because he's asking if he's overreacting, and he's not telling us what he said to her. He goes, am I overreacting? So I said a bunch of stuff to her. And I'm like, what'd you say, man?
He writes out exactly what she said. He was like, I said some stuff.
Yeah, he literally gave us 4 of her quotes and then doesn't say what he said to her. I'm like, so I'm not on your side, man.
Yeah, what
I don't
did he
like
say?
That. Exactly.
He probably said some really mean shit.
He probably said some
Guys,
really awful stuff. He probably let out all of his frustrations, but he probably said some really out of pocket
B word.
things.
Brave.
That was very brave of you.
That was not very brave of you. Internet is pulled.
Yeah, no,
Internet pulled. That is like something a dad would do. That's like dad behavior derogatory.
You have to like find your internet. You have to like undo it. That sucks.
Yeah.
Then he doesn't get the internet.
He's like, wait, I didn't think.
He's like, oh, I'm in the middle of watching my movie that she can't watch with anyone else.
Who says we haven't lain together in weeks?
Also, maybe that's why she doesn't want to lay with you.
It's because you're talking like that, bro.
I'm like, she's the one playing Final Fantasy, but
Yeah.
you're referring to sex that way?
Let me put down my sword. She's like, just take off your pants.
At the end of all of this, which story was the most Spencer?
Okay, let's say it before he says it.
Okay.
What do you think?
Okay.
Mine feels, I'm leaning towards like Lego. vibes.
I'm leaning towards Jurassic Park because I think not without no matter the situation, like if someone's like, oh, I'm deeply offended by Jurassic Park, I cannot watch it. It's horrible, and then goes to another room. I think it's very Spencer.
I think I would put on Jurassic Park as fast as humanly possible.
I think it's very Spencer to not do it out of spite, to just be like, oh man, I should watch Jurassic Park.
I think I might do it out of spite a little bit.
Okay, so is Jurassic
Also
Park
funny.
the most Spencer Reddit?
I think that might be the lingerie guy had me in the first half.
Oh yeah.
It's very
I
Spencer in
forgot.
how funny it is. It's awful, but it's funny.
It's stinky and I don't like it, but it's a little.
It's really funny.
Wow.
Yeah. Well.
Which one was so not you?
Well, there was the just
second-
awful
The
guy.
sex worker?
Oh no, there was the wedding one.
Yeah, the wedding
the
one.
sister
of like,
who's
the,
just
like,
hitting on.
Yeah, it's just
like, whoa.
bro,
Stop.
Yeah.
you're uninvited.
Just
You're invited to my
just
shit.
one of your least favorite types of people.
Yeah.
There you go. For your
Someone doesn't
birthday.
listen.
Yeah, I get
Anyways, well, Spencer, happy birthday.
that. Happy birthday.
Thank you guys. What
You
a
have
what a
so
fun
much hair.
And you'll never go bald.
You will never bald.
Never bald. Apparently, we have a surprise for you, Spencer.
It's a
Oh
my goodness.
my gosh. These aren't lit because we're on a set, but these are burritos.
Oh my goodness.
I'm imagining from home state? Yeah.
Oh my God, honey.
Birthday burritos.
You have to make a wish.
It already came true.
There you go.
It already came
Being
true.
with
I'm here with
us?
all you guys.
Wow, some birthday burritos for Spencer.
What a treat.
It's Saturday. Get your burritos out.
Yeah.
Get your burritos out.
That's
Log
right.
into Final Fantasy 14.
Nice.
Oh my God.
Spencer, happy birthday.
Happy
Amanda,
birthday.
thank you for being here.
Hey, anytime.
And thank you for watching. Let us know what other categories, what other subreddits you'd like us to cover on this show. Let Spencer know happy birthday. And we'll see you next Saturday. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys.